Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Strider?
Yes.
Okay. Any discussion on that? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion passes. Item B, if you'd read the resolution, please, Margie.
Resolution authorizing city officials to take any and all actions necessary to accept a grant from the Federal Emergency Management Agency, which is FEMA, for the City of South Charleston Fire Department, and to further administer the grant as required by the grant agreement.
What we just discussed in finance. Is there a motion to pass the resolution? Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Flipio. Chief, good job on this one.
Thank you.
Any other discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion passes. Item C is to pass the resolution. Councilman Sabolt?
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to accept the budget revision which reflects the FEMA grant.
Again, we discussed that in finance. I think, anybody, any second on that one?
Second.
Councilman Walker, any further discussion on this? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion
That is
passes.
a roll call vote.
I'm sorry. Roll call vote
Yes,
then.
sir, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Councilman Sabolt.
Yes.
Councilman DeFlippo.
Yes.
Councilman Hudson.
Yes.
Councilman Strider.
Yes.
Councilman Lilly.
Yes.
Councilman Reimer.
Yes.
Councilwoman Walker.
Yes.
And Mayor Mullins.
Yes.
That is unanimous vote,
Thank you,
sir.
Lauren. Item D, the resolution to approve David Broyles and Danny Huffman to the South Charleston Building Commission. I think most of y'all know these gentlemen. I know pretty much everybody knows Dave for sure, and Danny. And they both meet the criteria. We have a couple openings. We need to get them filled ASAP so these folks can continue their work on our TIF projects in Flyers Pond. I think they have a meeting, Rick said, in October to start get moving on the next series of bonds. So anyway, I think you guys know these gentlemen pretty well. They're very well qualified. And we got to read a resolution for this one, Michael.
Yeah, it is a
Yeah,
resolution.
It's not just an appointment, it's a resolution.
Yeah, it just needs to be
Okay.
passed.
Okay.
Yeah, just resolution appointing the members for the
Yeah.
municipal building commission.
Okay.
So,
All right. Is there a motion to do so?
I'll
I'll
make
make
a
the
motion.
motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Reimer. Any discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion passes. Item E is to approve the appointment of Michael Coker from South Charleston Housing Authority. Michael is the pastor of the church out Quarter G up at Eagle Way. Came to me recommended by Mr. Kennedy, who's been chairman of the Housing Authority for a long time. But I've met this gentleman on several different occasions. Nice fellow, eager to do the job. So I'm going to submit his name to fulfill the opening on the South Charleston Housing Authority, Mr. Michael Coker. Is there a motion to accept that nomination?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Flipio. Any discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion passes. Am I going too fast for you,
no,
Marge?
sir,
Okay.
I'm right there with you.
Just slow me down. Item F, if you'd read the proclamation, please, Judge.
This proclamation for Constitution Week, whereas September the 17th, 2019 marks the 232nd anniversary of drafting of the Constitution of the United States of America by the Constitutional Conventions. And whereas it is fitting and proper to officially recognize this magnificent document and the anniversary of its creations, and whereas it is fitting and proper to officially recognize the patriotic celebrations which will commemorate the occasion, and whereas Public Law 915 guarantees the issuing of a proclamation each year by the President of the United States of America, designating September the 17th through the 23rd as Constitution Week. Now therefore be it resolved that I, Frank A. Mullins, Jr., Mayor of the City of South Charleston, do hereby proclaim September 17th through the 23rd of 2019 to be Constitution Week in the City of South Charleston, and ask our citizens to reaffirm the ideals that the framers of the Constitution had in 1787.
This is, most of y'all probably remember, this is an annual request from this group to do this, and we've always done this. But anyway, so is there any questions or comments? Or motion, first of all, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Hudson. Any discussion on this one? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion passes. Consideration of any bids, Councilman Sabolt.
Yes, sir, we have two this evening. The first one is the proposal for work from the Perfection Group. It states for the work to be performed by contractor under the contract documents, owner will pay contractor a total amount not to exceed $1,686,253. Make a motion to accept this offer.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Flippy. Any discussion? Roll call vote, please, Margie.
Councilman Cybold?
Yes.
Councilman DeFilippo?
Yes.
Councilman Hudson?
Yes.
Councilman Strider?
Yes.
Councilman Lilly?
Yes.
Councilman Reimer?
Yes.
Councilwoman Walker? Mayor Mullins?
Yes.
That is unanimous vote.
Next, Councilman.
The second is to start the process to build a new fire truck for station number 5. This will be it's a proposal for furnishing a fire apparatus to Pierce Manufacturing for a total of $761,957.72. I'd like to make a motion to accept this proposal.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Walker. Any discussion on this? Roll call vote, please, Margie.
Councilman Cybold?
Yes.
Councilman DeFilippo?
Yes.
Councilman Hudson?
Yes.
Councilman Strider?
Yes.
Councilman Lilly?
Yes.
Councilman Reimer?
Yes.
Councilwoman Walker? Mayor Mullins?
Yes.
That is unanimous roll call vote. And I need some information on this.
I'll get it to you here.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else, Councilman?
No, I think we've spent enough tonight.
Okay, okay, perfect. Okay, report of department heads. I do have something I want to bring up on the department heads just real quick, just for your FYI. In particular, I got a phone call from one of the parents of a soccer player at South Charleston High School, and what I didn't realize is that the Kanawha County Schools does not require trainers or any medical personnel at soccer games. They only require it at football. I think football and basketball, if I'm not mistaken, which I did not know that. I found that, of course, in height of what happened to the young man in Roane County, our thoughts and prayers are always with that group and him and his family, but everybody's that drew attention to something. So anyway, make a long story short, she called me, let me know that was an issue, and I immediately called Chief White up and said, look, I wasn't aware of this, but I know we do a lot of that sporting events at Little Creek Park. We want to make sure that our kids are very well protected. We have people, trained staff there in case we have any injuries or, God forbid, something a little bit different. I found out later we did have a soccer player lose consciousness up there this year. I think it was a head injury, though. It wasn't a health issue. But anyway, so I wanted you all to know, and we've informed the school. Gerald called the athletic director and let him know that our South Charleston Fire Department will be on site for every athletic event that we host at Little Creek Park, whether it be our Little League kids or high school kids or whatever it be. And the message is too, we want to encourage our kids to get out and participate, whatever the sport may be, football, basketball, soccer, baseball, whatever it may be, hiking, whatever we have to offer. We want to encourage them out to do this, and we want to make sure we have quality facilities, and we want to make sure that they have a safe environment. And so we are going to do that, and I wanted you all to know that in case you got any questions. Been around athletics my whole life. That was news to me. I thought you had athletic trainers at every high school anyway, so that was news to me. But we're going to be there for our kids and the other kids that participate. We're going to make sure they have EMTs on site. So
That's good.
okay, I want to just make sure you all knew that. Department heads, anybody have anything? Yes, Chief.
I got two quick things. One, we already have 228 to 232 Southern in Yellow, but it's not working, so we're going to put tow-away signs there. I want to make everybody aware of that.
I think the council has to approve a tow-away zone,
Right.
so it's
This
no
was-
parking tow-away.
This was in Councilman Lilly's ward. Issue came up on Sutherland Drive, and we needed to put a tow-away zone in there because no parking's not working correctly. So, Councilman, that's what you want done, is that correct?
Yes.
And that is where,
It's between
28.
228, 232, both sides.
and what street?
Sutherland Drive.
So it doesn't have to be by ordinance or anything.
No.
What I understand is the council has to approve being able for us to be able to enforce a tow-away zone.
Yeah, because fire trucks can get through there.
Fire trucks can't get through, and it causes an issue. Yeah, it's right there in the end.
It's in the curve, and
Well-
the street also narrows from
Right.
28 to 24.
Council, would you like to make that a motion?
Yes.
Okay. Is there a second to that?
Second.
Second. Okay, any further discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion passes. There you go. So Gerald, you take care of that? Okay. Anything else, Chief?
Yeah, we had a pursuit of Metro Drug Unit last Friday, trying to stop a car across lanes, and it fled from them. It was three gentlemen out of Akron. And we got involved in it. We tried to stop stick them, and we couldn't. They wrecked in Charleston at the Go Mart in Bigley in Pennsylvania. And they ran all their separate ways, but one of them jumped in the river, and I don't know why, because he couldn't swim. And we literally had two guys. I got tons of phone calls. I was off Friday. I got tons of phone calls about it from a little bit of everybody there. We had two guys, and we're going to recognize them in a couple weeks. Corporal Davis jumped in, and Corporal Bean got in about chest high, and they couldn't get him because of the bank and stuff out. I think they had to wait till the rescue boat got there, but he had went under once and came up, and he was face down, and he thanked them later. He couldn't swim, so we'll recognize them later.
Kudos to those guys. I've heard about, well, you and I talked about that. Yes.
Yeah,
I told the chief they've been on a roll. They've done a lot of amazing things here in the last
I got a couple
couple
good,
months or so.
good.
And he got me.
And I'm gonna mention that here in just a minute.
It's been a week, hasn't it?
I got a couple others next meeting we'll talk about too. A couple
Okay,
other guys.
good. We want to recognize them for those good deeds. You know, those things don't get enough attention. Negative stuff gets all the attention. Fortunately, we haven't had a lot of that. So, appreciate that, Chief. Anything else, anybody? Yes, Councilman Sabo.
And back to school, we always start getting the calls from all the schools, but I want to thank the chief and his guys. We've got a problem which we've not had much of in Montrose before. We used to have a pretty well-defined drop-off pickup area, but I've been getting pictures from people. We got people coming down Montrose, going south on Montrose, and before they get to the school zone, they're just letting their kids out. Both sides, I got pictures of them getting out on the left side of the van. They're walking across the street out in the schools that are the crosswalk. We've got another habitual offender who comes up that way and then pulls across into oncoming traffic, goes up on the sidewalk, and walks her kid or grandkid or something up through there. And then when she goes to pull out, she's pulling into oncoming traffic, and it's hurting the crossing guard to do her flow because of this stuff that's happening back on the north side of the crosswalk. So I'm not sure if your guys did the cones or not the other morning.
They've been up there.
Yeah, well, I got
last
great
3
things from a couple of the moms. They asked me, and I don't know if it'd be good for me to do or not, but that the next PTO meeting and LSIC meeting, if we could have representatives go up there to reiterate to people, when we went through this however many years ago with the combination with Staunton, part of it was outlined with the constant flow going around Lynn Street, coming around through the cut-in that we did, and to keep it flowing, and the cars coming from the north have to turn right on Glendale. No left turn there like before you get to Steve's, and back into it. And it's not being adhered to. I don't know whether we used to have teachers out there that were helping, whether we had the crosswalk or the crossing guard. It may be overwhelming because she can't do anything about what happens up at the corner of Forest and Montrose, but we've got pictures of kids everywhere, and somebody's going to get hurt. And it's not in the best interest of the parents that are in a hurry. It's in the best interest of the kids. And Steve's guys, Brad's guys, we're tying people up in what's a common sense zone, and we know how that goes. And we need to figure out something, how to deal with it, because it seems to really rear its head up there. The guys are doing a great job, but if there's something big happening on the interstate or something, we can't be up there making sure Bobby and Susie's parents are doing the right thing.
Jamie, if I'm not mistaken, when we did that drop-off lane for them there, I believe they used to have teachers stationed in certain areas to keep traffic flowing in the right direction.
And we did, because that was back when we did all
Are they
that.
not doing that anymore?
I'm going up there tomorrow at 7:15 to watch.
I mean, that's the solution. I don't know that we can tie our police officers up there doing that, but to me, I think that's the solution. I see
We've been
that.
up there trying to educate everybody.
Okay.
All the mornings this week. We've been up there trying to, and I think they spoke to the lady in the Jeep that
Yeah,
parks the wrong way on Montrose, and explained to her, and
and she did it, and you all weren't there the next day, and she did it.
probably.
I mean, traffic flow is an issue at every school.
Did she realize
Drop
she
off
was
in
the only
when
person?
they let-
This isn't the usual complaints of people having to sit in traffic. This is complaints of some kids going to get.
Yeah, no, I got you.
And like I
There
said,
was
we
people
don't,
drive fast down through
We
there.
heard that in
Paying
Richmond too.
attention.
Yeah.
Richmond had
but
the
I'm
same
going
thing.
tomorrow at 7:15, I'm gonna go in and talk to Miss Hedge. And
Okay.
she's gonna send a flyer out, trying to go back over, we're gonna dig up the old traffic pattern and see if we can't get people to adhere to
No,
it.
you're not there.
And see if she can't get her people out there also.
Let me know what Julie says.
I will, I'll let you know about that.
Okay.
Thanks to Brad and his guys for,
Okay. Let us know how that meeting goes. Okay.
Jamie, remind me of one more thing, that we got time, I was going to advise you in 2 weeks. If you've been on the interstate at all, the DOH has been replacing those bridge toppings. Westmoreland, Spring, and there's 3 of them up there in Charleston. Well, they're starting on the Danner Road
It's gonna be a mess.
October 5th. And they're going to shuttle, it's going to first affect eastbound traffic. They're going to close one whole bridge. That's not in our city, but the eastbound backup will be in our city for at least 3 weeks.
Well, and they'll get off Montrose.
They'll get off Montrose. Jefferson will be crowded, McCork will be crowded,
Canal
and
Turnpike.
there's no emergency lanes. They're running westbound
Just tell them to
over
wait till the construction on Jefferson starts before they do it. That'll really help.
into eastbound. They've got a
Say
60,
that.
yeah, they got a 60-day window they've been getting done, but each one they've gotten done quicker.
Yeah.
Now, it says December 5th they're gonna be done, but they're hoping, they're not promising before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Because they're closing down the road and they're detouring everybody to Montrose
Yeah.
to get on.
Yeah, Canal Turnpike traffic's gonna take.
And the big problem is, if there is a wreck eastbound, there's no emergency lane. They're using the emergency lane. I don't know how we're gonna get to it. We were joking about
Yeah.
making a road from Joplin, up there near Joplin down.
Where the welcome to Charleston sign is.
We're gonna talk to all of our
I
guys.
was gonna say, Chief, there's some,
There's gonna be a wrecker on the scene,
Okay.
24/7. They're gonna be working a lot of times around the clock. And
Yeah, it's gonna be a mess.
Because if it's a minor wreck, he'll grab them and move
So
them
is
off the
there-
road
is
to
there
try to
no-
keep traffic flow.
trying to visualize everything, you know, it's kinda like when you help, kinda like when the games are let out at the high school, how we help traffic get through. There's nothing we can do to help traffic on rush hour
Because they're
time?
closing down the slow lane
Okay.
when you get to Montrose
I mean,
entrance
to get it
ramp
off,
to the
yeah.
interstate to force everybody in the fast and middle
Well,
lane.
it is what it is then.
It's gonna be-
And then it's gonna curve over.
It'll
The
be
eastbound
interesting.
lane's actually gonna be in the westbound lane now. And then it's gonna dogleg back just before the Oakwood exit. So you
Like the
get
Contra
back
lane, it's
on the
gonna move them
Contra.
over.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
So it's gonna be a nightmare. They had a bunch of wrecks up Charleston when they was doing that project.
They did,
Every
didn't they?
day.
When it
Every
first
day.
started, it was awful.
Every day.
But it's gotten better, and
One
it's
of
got
the children.
quicker. I mean, there's gonna be some mornings that it's gonna be backed up out of our city into Dunbar if they have a wreck.
And there's times they're gonna be working 24/7, and then times they're not, but they'll be working around the clock a lot.
Appreciate the information. Anything else, Chief? Anybody have anything else?
Well, I do.
Yeah.
I'll give,
You
I'm
go
first.
ahead. Go
I want
ahead,
to give a shout out to
Councilman.
Margie for the
Oh.
job she did with the Art and Crafts Fair.
I was gonna
It
just
was
do the
big.
same
It
to
was-
you.
I feel the love in between it all.
You started out rough tonight, Margie. I was gonna say. You started out rough. I wasn't gonna bring it up, but since you got through it. But it really went good. Arts and Crafts Fair was big. I've been involved in it for 12, 15 years. It was huge.
And great
Gerald's
weather,
help,
too.
Nick's help.
Great weather.
And the weather, it was awesome. People sold stuff.
Well, the
brought
best
people-
news I heard all day long with that festival was Sherry and Kristen did a carload and came back and got more. You can't
Yeah,
do
my
it
house is a
better
little
than
fuller
that.
than what it was.
We appreciate
And
it.
she
We
said
Thanks,
it
That's
was
your
Margie.
contribution.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
did.
that's
Margie
what I
and
said.
Jerry did a great job on that.
do.
Yeah,
They always
it was
do.
a good one this
Yeah,
year.
we're looking
In
forward.
fact, we will be extending around on the mound next year. I
Good.
was telling Sean, I've already had calls from people already wanting in for next year. So we added this year produce.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
fantastic.
that went like crazy. It did, didn't it, Sean?
Well,
So,
that's awesome.
I know, I was so happy with myself, I
Good for you, Mark.
If they wouldn't hold your paperwork during the meeting, it'd have been great.
I know.
And thank
But
the
we
Mullins
did really
family
did, and
for
I
the
thank
photo
you
op
all
grant.
that
What's that?
helped me,
Thanks
I
to the
really
Mullins
did.
family.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff sold.
Yeah.
The vendors sold stuff, and they said they wanted to come back. And
Yeah.
I was
I'm glad it went well. That's great.
Great for the city.
Well, one last thing to let you go. We'll congratulate our chief. He got married last Saturday. Congratulations on the marriage. If anybody wants to see, I do have dance moves. If anybody wants to see those dance moves up close, I got them here for everybody. And
We
That was after-
can post that to our
That was,
webpage.
we can't post it to our webpage. I do want you to know that he did stop by my table and let me know he was going up to get his Brave juice before he went out there. For courage. I think he was going to the bar to get courage before he, and he left the bar and he come back and said, I want you to watch these moves. And I did. I recorded it. So, anyway, congratulations, Chief.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Anybody got anything else? Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All in favor? Aye. Adjourn.